This piece began from a very simple vision. 10 standing on a bird, surrounded by a soft spring sky filled with drifting sakura petals. I first created a pencil sketch, then started building the atmosphere with light yellow and soft pink watercolor washes. From there, I added branches and stems to explore the direction and rhythm of the sakura trees, carefully thinking about the overall composition and movement of the piece. As I layered more pinks, yellows, and greens, I stepped back often to see whether the emotional balance of the painting felt right. Whenever something felt uneven, I adjusted the branches and composition little by little. Following the natural direction the artwork itself seemed to guide me toward. I started adding white area to create a space to breathe, as I adding white and light pink flower petals for more interesting details. After the overall sakura landscape was established, I began adding white birds. I use birds often in my work because they create a sense of movement, freshness, purity, and gentle direction. To me, they carry the feeling of being quietly guided toward the right path, something peaceful and reassuring. I never paint the birds in a flat white. Instead, I build up transparent layers so they feel soft and translucent, almost as if light is passing through them. I wanted them to feel warm, gentle, and comforting rather than visually heavy or demanding. Once the birds were finished, I continued refining the values, lighting, and details throughout the sakura sky. After completing the piece, I shared it with my collaborator, but then there was a long pause and the artwork remained untouched for about half a year. During that time, I became deeply focused on my emotional therapy art projects and started researching traditional Japanese painting, or nihonga. I was especially drawn to the Japanese sense of fūzei, the quiet atmosphere, sensitivity, texture, and emotional richness found in Japanese art. Later, while working on a much larger horizontal piece, I began incorporating more of those Japanese painting influences into my style. Through that process, I realized this softer and more delicate approach matched Ten's heart perfectly. A feeling of finally being released from loneliness and darkness, and slowly discovering warmth, fullness, and freedom. When I returned to this painting 6 months later, I reworked many areas using what I had learned. Because of that, the atmosphere subtly changes around the middle of the artwork. My collaborator also mentioned that Haku, the white cat, looked slightly more like a fox than a cat, and asked if I could soften and round her face shape instead of keeping it more triangular. After adjusting her design, I felt something off about Ten's face. So I did research on Cat's body structure and started refining his body and face. In the end, I refined the overall color harmony, lighting, textures, and small details, adding the final touches to complete the piece.